Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You just as an offensive lineman, can you tell us what to expect at quarterback?
There's a good battle going on between those three guys. They've all been in the system at least for a year now, which is beneficial for our group. August will be a telling month. I think someone, I'm not sure who, will spread out and will separate themselves from the pack. But up until that point, I think the competition is going to bring out the best in all of them, which benefits not only our quarterback position but the team as a whole, because everyone's trying to win a position. I don't know who it's going to be, but when that time comes, we'll block for whoever Coach Ferentz and the staff put back there.
What do you think is the biggest key to getting back to a bowl game? You mentioned just it stinks being home for Christmas.
Yeah.
What's the biggest key to not being home for Christmas?
The key, I think, is being consistent. We saw games, moments where we were shining. The Minnesota game, everything seemed to be clicking. What we have to do as a team is offense has to be on, defense has to be on, and realistically, we're not always going to have great plays, great games, but we need to come together as a collective group and be consistent on a regular basis.
I know you don't want to use injuries as an excuse, but when you think back on it, how much of a blow was that for you guys, in terms of your psyche when you saw, against Penn State, when you saw Brandon go down with his injury, then you saw Andrew go down with his injury a couple plays later, because it just seemed like things weren't the same for as an offense once those.
Yeah, they're both great players, and like you said, we don't want to use it as an excuse, and they won't want to use that as an excuse either. I know Brandon and Andrew real well. Fortunately for us, they're going to be back this season, which will benefit the team as a whole, and we're looking to get back to where those moments that were great last year, we're looking to have that game after game this year.
What did you take away from last season, considering you were probably one of the only guys that was able to consistently play at one spot the entire way?
Yeah, and that's just the way it panned out. Some guys rotated different positions, but something you take out of that is you learn a lot about who we are as a group and how we're going to respond, and that's why we're all anxious to start August 4th and get back to playing football. We've been going at strength and conditioning now since December with a few breaks here and there, but we're ready to turn the page and move on to the 2013 Iowa Hawkeye football.
Is there anything in particular that Coach Ferentz, Brian Ferentz, has been emphasizing with you guys this offseason that's maybe been different from a year ago when he first came on board?
A lot of the stuff hasn't changed. One thing he continues to do on a daily basis is tell us how important it is that us five offensive linemen take the leadership role and lead the team. No other position on the field at the time has five guys, so we need to take pride in that and lead the group by pass blocking, and it all starts up front, and Coach Ferentz would allude to that too. If we make holes for the running backs to get through, or if we give the quarterback enough time to throw the ball, good things will happen. So we take a lot of pride in getting the offense rolling in the right direction.
Is there anything that stood out to you here as you've gone through the spring and now the summer with just the quarterback battle, what's been taking place in terms of what those guys maybe have been doing in terms of getting the team together and maybe leading by example, just some of those attributes that I know the coaches are going to be looking for?
Yeah, there's different leadership styles. Some lead more vocally, some lead more by example, and they're all three doing a great job of leading in their own various ways. I definitely seen them all three step up as more verbal leaders. Obviously, the quarterback position, as you're well aware, understands. They need to be a good leader. They're going to be younger this year, so there's not going to be as much leadership pride from them as, say, James Vandenberg. But we're looking to block for whatever quarterback Coach Ferentz puts back there.